The gig economy. Convenience at what cost? Welcome back to the Ethical Tech Explainer. You tap a button on your phone. A car arrives in minutes to take you across town. You tap another button and a hot meal from your favorite restaurant appears at your door. It feels like magic. This is the promise of the gig economy, a world of unprecedented convenience, powered by technology. But behind the seamless app interface, there is a massive human workforce. And for them, this world of on-demand service raises some profound questions about the nature of work itself. Today, we are asking, what is the true cost of convenience? And who is paying the price? So, what exactly is the gig economy? It refers to a labor market characterized by short-term contracts or freelance work, as opposed to permanent jobs. While freelance work has always existed, today's gig economy is supercharged by technology platforms. Think Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Instacart, and countless others. These platforms act as intermediaries, connecting consumers directly with service providers or gig workers. The core of the business model and the central ethical debate hinges on one crucial legal distinction. These workers are almost always classified as independent contractors, not employees. This might sound like legal jargon, but the real-world implications are enormous. Employees are entitled to a whole host of legal protections built up over a century of labor movements: a minimum wage, overtime pay, paid sick leave, contributions to Social Security, and protection against discrimination. Independent contractors get none of these. They are in essence individual business owners, responsible for their own expenses, gas, car maintenance, insurance, and their own health care. The allure for workers is clear: flexibility. Be your own boss. Work when you want for as long as you want. This is a powerful draw, especially for people needing to supplement their income or juggle other responsibilities. However, the reality of this flexibility is often constrained by a new kind of boss, the algorithm. Gig workers aren't managed by a human supervisor, they are managed by the app. The algorithm dictates which jobs they are offered, how much they earn through dynamic surge pricing, and what their performance rating is. If their customer rating drops too low, or if they decline too many jobs, they risk deactivation, being fired by the app with little to no human oversight or appeals process. As a labor economist we hypothetically spoke to explained, this creates a system of precariousness. Workers have the risks of being a small business owner without the autonomy. They can't set their own prices, and their access to work is controlled by a black box algorithm designed entirely to benefit the platform and the consumer, often at the worker's expense. This algorithmic control pushes workers to be on the road during peak hours, to accept lower-paying jobs to maintain their stats, and to shoulder all the risk of a slow business day. The societal costs extend beyond the individual worker. The rise of the gig economy has a destabilizing effect on the traditional social contract, which was built around the employer-employee relationship, providing a safety net. When a large segment of the workforce has no access to employer-sponsored health insurance, retirement plans, or workers' compensation, it puts a greater strain on public social safety nets. Furthermore, these platforms have a massive impact on local economies. While they provide new services, they also disrupt existing industries, like traditional taxi services. The influx of delivery drivers can increase traffic congestion, and the high commission fees charged to restaurants, sometimes up to 30%, can eat away at the already thin margins of small local businesses. This has led to major legal and political battles around the globe. In California, Proposition 22 was a landmark ballot measure funded by over $200 million from platform companies that cemented worker status as independent contractors, though it did grant some minor concessions. In Europe, many courts have ruled in the opposite direction, forcing companies to classify their workers as employees. This is the central battleground for the future of work. There's no denying the convenience of the gig economy, but we have to recognize that this convenience is not magic. It's subsidized by a labor model that shifts nearly all risk onto the individual worker. The ethical challenge is to find a path forward that preserves the flexibility and innovation of these platforms while ensuring that the people doing the work are treated with dignity and have basic economic security. This might mean creating a new third way category for gig workers, with a portable benefit system that follows the worker from gig to gig. The next time you tap that button, it's worth asking, can convenience and fairness coexist? And what are we, as consumers and citizens, willing to support? That's all the time we have for today. Join us next time on the Ethical Tech Explainer as we examine the privacy trade-offs of the technology that tried to help us through the pandemic, contact tracing apps.